The idea behind that bike is actually when we presented in 2013 the R90, the Concept R90, actually right here at this spot, we found out that this bike turned out to be very successful. So the 90 was a real success story for us, and we think there is much more room and space, and the time is right for another bike like this to subscribe this story. The greatest challenge on a bike like this, like on a naked bike, on a modern contemporary naked bike, is to hide away all the electronics and black boxes and all the stuff you need for homologation, but you don't want to see really. Because a bike like this, it lives from the elegance and from the simplicity, the power of simplicity. It's about proportions and look and feel, but you don't want to see all this technology stuff, what is needed, but you don't want to see it. And on a bike like this with almost no fairing, this is the biggest challenge to achieve a very clean look. As a motorbike designer, all the technology is on the outside, it's visible. So the engine, the shaft drives, the fork, the brake calipers, everything is visible, and it has to be designed, it has to have a nice look, it has to speak the semantics. And this is probably the biggest difference between these two ways of designing.
BMW has a very long tradition of classic motorcycles, the R5, the R16, and we have a big history. And we wanted to do with this motorcycle, reinterpret that history, but in a relevant and for today's customers. We are very proud of the proportions of the motorcycle, the way it sits on its wheels, and really the character comes through in the proportions. We have lots of nice details, but the main thing is how it sits on its wheels and the overall silhouette.